Let's do a weigh-in update. Today we are going to discuss everything about weighing in, weight loss, wellness, nutrition, how I've been doing this month on my own personal weight loss journey. So if you guys are interested, I want to share with you some tips and tricks that have helped me this month and the things I've learned. And yeah, so let's get into it. Hey friends, welcome back. My name is Danielle. This is Daniela Diaries, and here we inspire to inspire you, me, everyone to be the very best version of ourselves. Now, everybody's version will differ, but as long as you are elevating yourself, trying to be the very best version of yourself, that's what we're about here. So if you are new, hi, how are you? Please subscribe. This is a very safe space and a very small corner of the internet where all are welcome, and I hope you would stick around and hang out with us. And if you've been rocking with me for a minute, you already know you some real ones. You've been real friends around here. And thank you for riding with me because I love y'all. Now, before we get into this video, I always get questions on the lipstick I am wearing. And this one is from the brand Melt, M-E-L-T, Melt Cosmetics. And this is their liquid lipstick in the color Bellastona. So it is like a vibrant pink. I have to keep checking because it does transfer onto the teeth. So at one point in this video, I got some lipstick on my teeth. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. I also want to take a moment to just give a quick recognition. And this is Memorial Day weekend. And I know for a lot of us, it is like the official kickoff to summer and it's all about barbecues. But please take a moment to really realize what the reason is behind Memorial Day and to remember all of those who served and lost their lives to make sure that we are living in this beautiful country and having the rights that we do have. Whatever your political opinion is, it is not the place for it here. But I do appreciate it. My family appreciates it. We've lost people in our family who fought in the service, and I've had lots of family members who are currently in the service. And I thank you all, and I thank all of the families too that, you know, it's not a one person fight, it's a family fight, and I appreciate all of those, and my prayers and thoughts go out to those who did not make it home. All right, let's talk all things weight loss. Now, we're just gonna be honest here. May has been a month. Also, I need to put a sweater on. I'm just in a sports bra. Also, this is one of the sports bras from Temu. You guys were asking about them. I love their sets. The black shorts, the sports bras, the workout sets. Highly recommend, super thick, really great quality. I'm gonna buy them again because you can't beat the price, and I'm really digging it. But it's freezing because we have the air on. Okay, let me put, I don't know what this little sweater is gonna do, but maybe it'll do something because I'm cold, honey. I will say that's the one thing I have noticed since losing weight is I get cold so quick now. That fat loss, look, that fat was keeping me toasty because I'm always gotta chill. Leo's like, you're cold? I'm like, yeah, you're not cold. And he's like, no. And I'm like, I'm freezing. So that's one thing I can tell you. I noticed that your girl is cold. But how has my month went as far as weight loss? So I started the month, I believe, at 176, and I weighed in yesterday at 172, which honestly, the scale isn't really meaning much to me anymore these days. It's very liberating to kind of not give the scale any power, but I know y'all love hearing numbers, okay? So this morning, or yesterday, I weighed in at 172.3, and I am 5'7". I have a 30-inch waist, 41-inch hips. So yeah, I'm still heavy on the bottom, but it's a blessing and a curse, what can I say? But we are still in it, and I'm still going. Other than that, so I've lost, I think, about 3-4 pounds this month, still training. I train 5 days a week. My cardio varies anywhere from 4 to 5 days a week. I aim now for a calorie burn and not a time. So instead of, and I think I really recommend doing that. If you're struggling with your cardio, or if you're seeing like I'm not losing and I'm doing like an hour's worth of cardio, maybe do a calorie focus instead of a time focus. So I have to burn 400 calories. So if I can do that in 10 minutes, honey, I can do it in 10 minutes. But usually it's about 25 minutes for me on the stair climber. And that's just how I go. So I can usually burn that in about that time. And training is still the same. I'm still having the same movements. Now, I have been training. I talked about this. I am going to reopen training, but I don't know if I'm going to offer it for free again, because I'm going to be honest with you guys. I started out opening up my training and I offered, you know, multiple macro breakdowns and a training at home or in the gym training program and weekly check-ins. I started out, I was only going to take on 2. I ended up taking on 7 people. And at the end, I ended up with 2 and only 1 was super consistent. So, yeah, and it was like a lot. It was a lot to, you know, get back to people, to email people, to like try to follow up, and to have people not stay consistent was really, and or just to fall off was really hard. Like the first week was really good, and then I lost, like, you know, everybody was like, well, you know, life happened, and I get that, but if I were to do it again, I probably would open it up mid-June and do a 6-week program and go from there. Whereas I know a lot of people are interested in meal plans. I cannot offer meal plans, and I say this with all the love in my heart. I am not trying to get sued, okay? And as much as you guys promise you won't sue me, I don't believe any of y'all, okay? I don't believe any of y'all. So I only will offer personalized macros, and then we would change them as the deficit, as your weight changed. But I can say the one girl that has been super consistent, she's lost 4 pounds and quite a bit of inches. Like her inches are melting off and she's doing really well. So congrats to you, girl. I see you, girl. You did so good. You made me so proud. We did it for 4 weeks, and I actually asked her, let's continue on for 6 weeks because I want to see how much further we can go. If you guys are interested, I will make an announcement on the community tab. I'll probably do another video and announce it on Instagram where I'm going to take on a couple people. It'd probably be honestly super affordable. It's just I feel like if I charge you guys, I feel like maybe you guys would stick with me. So it'll probably be something like $50 or something like that, 25, $50 for like 6 weeks or something like that. But I did, you know, like I said, it was a lot of time and energy on my part, and then like people fell off and I was like, where'd you go? What happened? But as far as my training go, it has officially been a year with Brenda. So I hired my coach a year ago. I'm going to do a video like I hired a personal trainer and this is what happened. But yeah, so here is my newest update weigh-in picture. Also in this picture, you guys will see I am wearing those Temu black shorts. I love them. Highly recommend. But this is what I'm looking like today, or as of yesterday morning. Super happy with the results. I'm still working on, my legs are looking really, really good. You can see there's a lot of definition. My quads are getting really big. I'm seeing a lot more definition in my hams, which is what I wanted. Now, I know a lot of people will say like, what do you do? What are you doing? You know, this and that. I do the same movements every day for months. Like I know some of you guys, that's actually one of the questions I got was like, can we change movements every week? No, we're not changing movements. The workouts will be the same. The only thing that would change would be your nutrition. Your workouts need to stay the same. They need to be consistent. You don't have to change your workout pattern or your workout movements every week because you're just not going to see any gains. Only thing that should change is your weights. You should go heavier each week, progressive overload. That's the only thing that will change. If you know, are feeling that it's boring, then I don't know what to tell you. It's one of those things where unfortunately you don't want to hear it, but consistency, you know, is the name of the game, especially with weight training. So if you wanted to change up your cardio, that's always up to you. If you want to do the bike, if you wanted to do rollerblading, if you wanted to do swimming, whatever it is to hit your calorie goal, then that's on you. But as far as weight training movements, they've all stayed the same. I do the same training movements now. I think we're in this for about 6 weeks, and I probably will be doing the same movements for months. And I'm okay with that. I notice each week that I can add more weight to each set. I could feel the sets more. I could feel the movements more. I really have a lot better muscle-mind connection, which is super important. I'm not just flying through the movements. I'm taking them slow and control. This isn't, I notice a lot of people, you know, they just kind of go through it. No, if you're going through it like this, it's too light. You really, like, if you're doing a bicep curl, you want to like focus on it and nice and slow and controlled. And you literally, like when I work out, I know it's, if you ever see me in the gym, you probably think I'm crazy, but I literally close my eyes so I can like connect with the muscle. I also like turn off the radio when I'm parking. It's like a thing with me, but I literally close my eyes and I focus on the muscle, and like if I could feel it contracting, and I'm like, all right. And sometimes if I'm doing it in my legs, I'll hold the part of my leg. For example, if I'm doing glutes, I'll like hold my whole butt cheek. I mean, my hand's too small for the whole butt cheek, but just so I can feel, like make sure I'm feeling the contraction and the movement. You really have to focus on getting the pure contraction, the whole movement, really connecting the mind to the muscle to make sure you're getting the full benefit. Like you're in there, you're spending your time in there. Make sure that your time is not to waste. So that has been really good. I did hurt my back this month in the gym, which was unfortunate. So I had to change some machines, but still doing really good. Squats and deadlifts for me are one of those things where it's like minimal reward per like recovery. So like if I was going to compete, and yeah, obviously I would want to do like super heavy, but I've had to make, like I won't use a free bar for squats anymore or deadlifts because it was just putting too much strain on my back. So I use a lot more machines, but I'm still, you know, doing the movements. I'll increase my reps and stuff like that. You really have to, just because you see somebody on Instagram squatting like 300 pounds and you're like, I can do that. You probably could, but what's the price, you know? So definitely focusing on making sure that your movements are individualized for your body and your body's limitations. I'm 39 years old. I have physical ailments, you know, I have arthritis in my knees. I have a very petty sciatica that likes to get inflamed, and I don't want to do something to where I put myself out. So you have to be considerate of yourself and your physical limitations. If you're going to do something just because you want to try it and then you hurt yourself and you're out of the gym for 2 weeks, then, you know, now you're 2 weeks behind, you know? As far as nutrition has gone, it's been pretty good. I'm going to be honest with you. It's been hard getting all my meals in, especially like this last like 2 weeks. You guys know we've had like super busy senior year. I'm happy to announce my baby is officially a high school graduate, and I think we are pretty much through the storm at that point where it's like all the craziness. But this last week I had like senior awards, Becky's spring show, graduation practice, Sophia's spring award or summer awards, you know, like end of year stuff. So it was like every day I was momming hard. So there was times where I was trying to combine 2 meals just to make sure I was getting my nutrition in. It was tricky, but I did it, and it could be done. Now I know summer's coming, right? Barbecue season is here. There's going to be more eating out. There's going to be more options that maybe you didn't have, and it was, you know, a lot less controlled. How am I going to tackle it? Now, not everybody's me, okay? So take this with a grain of salt. How am I going to combat summer barbecue season and all that stuff? I'm going to be honest with you. I bring my own food. I don't do it to everything, okay? For example, I'm dressed up right now. We're getting ready to go to a quinceañera. So today's Saturday, and I'm allowed like a treat meal on Fridays, and I had my treat meal yesterday. So what am I going to do tonight? Am I going to like not eat, or am I going to bring food with me? No, I'll eat there, but I'll just probably have like some little bit of protein and stuff like that, and just have a smaller portion. But that's it. I'm not going to have any desserts or anything like that. And I don't drink, so that's never an issue for me. I feel like drinking is one of those things, especially in the summer. A lot of those drinks, the fruity drinks, the mixed drinks, are loaded with sugar and carbs. And honestly, I feel awful the next day, so I prefer not to drink. I think the last time I had like a drink was in December, and I had one. Like I've never been much of a drinker. It's really funny. We were talking to Rhea yesterday. We were in the car, and we were talking about when I was younger, and I was like, yeah, I did a lot of living when I was young. And she's like, yeah, Mom, you're kind of boring now. And I guess I am. Leo's kind of the fun one, you know, like he's more like the party guy. He'll drink and have a good time. And I'm like, nah, I'm going to go home and go to bed. I got to be up for the gym in the morning. It's just not my thing. Drinking hasn't been my thing. Drinking in my family is a very slippery slope. And it was something I've always been hyper aware of my whole life. My mom's always made me aware of it. My mom's not a big drinker. So I was always afraid. I have a very addictive personality, and it's kind of the ADHD in me, and I never know when to set limits. So I just, certain things I just, you know, the party scene, I just try not to go down that road, you know, because it's just not something I ever wanted to partake in. Even with eating, like off meals and stuff like that, like mostly my off meals are fine, but if I were to have like a day, I would feel terrible the next day. I already know it. I just prefer to have like cleaner options. It's really crazy when you kind of clean up your eating, how your body's so much more aware of the things that your body doesn't like, you know. So it's not even carbs or anything like that. It's honestly, it's like dairy for me, like cheeses, stuff like that, that really just affect me. Or if I overdo it, it's just, I feel sick. I don't like that feeling. I like enjoying my meals. I like enjoying my food, but not to the point where it feels like a punishment. So definitely on this journey, you will learn that, especially when food to you doesn't become like a comfort. Like, I don't get excited for me, like to go out, like I'm gonna go eat. What am I gonna go eat? Like, I don't know. Food doesn't have that power over me, and it's very liberating. I've said this before, and you know, I gotta say it because I say it every video. If you find food to be a trigger for you, or talking about food, weighing food, measuring food, limiting food, alienating food groups, any of those things, if you use food as a punishment or a reward, if you're like, hey, I'm gonna go off the chain this weekend, but on Monday I'm gonna do 3 hours of cardio and I'm gonna do no carbs for the rest of the week, and then next weekend I'll be back. That is a very vicious cycle, and I highly, highly encourage you guys to not do that, because that's gonna be a slippery slope. And I also encourage you guys to maybe seek some help. That is very much a form of disordered eating, and it can lead down a very dark path that I've been on for a very long time, and I'm finally coming out the other end. So definitely take that in consideration. Now, what is my plan going forward? To stay a baddie. I don't ever have different plans. I feel like in this whole year, that's always my plan, just to stay on course. I like getting up and going to the gym. I like that. I like doing that. I feel good doing that. I look forward to it. When I don't go, I feel tired. I don't feel like, I've never regretted a workout unless I hurt myself, or I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have done that. But it's a movement, not even the whole workout in general. Like, it was a very stressful week, these last couple weeks, where I was like very stressed, very anxious. And I even told my dad, like, we went to the gym and I was like just sweating, like, oh, just my neck, everything. I was just, ugh. And I looked at it was awful. You know, cardio's awful for me, especially on that stair climber. And I looked at my dad and I was like, God, I feel so much better. Like, it's so good for in here just to like the endorphins kick in, and you're just like, all right, let's handle this day. Let's handle this task. Let's handle these moments. My mind is clear. My body's at peace. Let's do this. And even if you find that you are just like going through it and you're hyper excited, or you're just if you have any pent up emotion, honey, take it to the gym and sweat it out. I know it sounds crazy. I was never an athlete, okay? I never liked being outside. I never liked doing much physical movement at all. But my mental health needs the gym outlet. It is just a necessity for me. And I really feel like that's another thing other than therapy that's really helped myself and helped me stay sane. I'm going to be honest with you, because I'm telling you, these times have been trying me. They really have. Like, it's crazy. So keeping forward, food right now, I've been sharing my food, full days of eating, right? And I've been sharing now even my calories. I don't really like to share my macros because my macros are made specifically for me, but I share them anyways because you guys love numbers. I swear you guys are some mathematicians. And I've been sharing. So usually on rest days, I'm like 2,300 calories. On workout days, I'm like 2,800 calories. And I feel good. I feel real good doing it. I feel full, not like pukey full, but I feel very good. Carb cycling for me has been a big winner. I've been really enjoying it. And when I say carb cycling, I mean like my carbs on, I think, I'm going to give you a real-time number because I'm going to probably make up one. So let me give you a real-time number here. On my training days, my total carbs, because I know y'all love talking about carbohydrates, because the internet just loves carbs. I don't know why. Okay, somebody's going to lose their mind. So on my training days, I have 2,830 calories, 185 grams of protein, 362 grams of carbs, 69 grams of fat. On my low carb days, I have 2,028 calories, 189 grams of protein, 174 grams of carbs, and 61 fat. There is somebody right now thinking of me having 361 grams of carbs and almost 3,000 calories and probably thinking like she's a slob. But I'm going to be honest with you, I have never been leaner. This is the lowest weight I've been at in years, and I've never eaten as much as I've ever had. Like I was eating, if you guys look back, it's funny because I was actually looking back on videos the other day. Also, I cut my own bangs and I jacked them up so bad I have to wait for my sister tomorrow, honey, because I messed these bad boys up. Kitchen beautician, not for me. Okay, anyways, if you guys notice, please don't talk about it. Thank you. I was looking back on older videos and I was eating 12, 13, 1,400 calories, and I was so like puffy in the face. Like my face was real puffy. My skin was like, I just was so, I didn't look healthy. I don't want to say I looked ugly because that's not what I'm trying to say. I just didn't look healthy. I didn't have a glow. My skin looked bad. My face was swollen. My fingers looked swollen. Like it just wasn't the best look for me. That's okay. And my metabolism was so broken and I had to fix it. So thank God for reverse dieting, because that's exactly what I had to do. I had to start feeding my body more and feeding it more often and keeping it running and heal it. And then once I was able to heal it and feel like we were in a good space, then we did a cut and now we're on another reverse cycle. So I haven't gotten a notice yet from my coach, Brenda, to see if she's going to increase my calories. She probably will. She didn't do them last week. But yeah, she really was surprised too, because she's like, I honestly wanted you to sit around 180 and just have more fat loss. I am actually going to go ahead in June and get a DEXA scan and kind of see where we're at as far as like where's waste distributed between muscle and water and bone, and just kind of give a really nice breakdown. But yeah, that's kind of it. Oh, some of the things I have been loving though that I didn't want to talk about have been my supplements. I've been talking about 1UP a lot lately, and I really do love them. A lot of people were asking about them, and there's a few things I really recommend. Their liquid L-CARNITINE is one of my favorites. I add that into like my pre-workout, and I'll have that. It's really good. And I do their pre-workout and I do their BCAAs. I highly recommend having a good BCAA while you're training to sip on. It really does help with muscle fatigue, endurance, recovery, all those things. Really recommend. Make sure that you're getting your protein in. If you're finding it hard to hit your protein, find yourself a good protein powder. I had to stay away from whey protein. Dairy for me is such a trigger, and so is whey protein. I was doing the Premier Protein liquid shakes, but they would just kind of make my stomach cramp a little bit. And I was doing a little bit of research because I had noticed it like more often the more I was having them. And whey protein actually does that to a lot of people. So I went with a vegan protein powder, and I've been digging it. The flavor is pretty good. I'm not a huge protein. I'm not a big drinker, like a protein drink, but I add it to my oatmeal and it's good. But I do their vegan one, and it's like a pea protein. So if you find that you're having like little bit of like GI issues and you're feeling like crampy or bloated or anything, it may be the whey protein. Again, I don't do any dairy, so I have to be careful. I, kind of keep away from that. And what else do I do? Oh, they also have like a daily cleanse. Now, you guys know I like live and ride by Bellway Fiber. I've been having that for years, but I do have like IBS with the C instead of the D. And that pretty much helps me. But the fact is I have almost 200 grams of protein. So I sometimes need a little bit extra, and I take like their daily cleanse. They're just capsules, just kind of keeps you regular, you know, and I really do. They're not like where you're like pooping your pants and you can't trust a fart. But they're just keeps everything going, especially when you're on a high protein diet. So if you're finding that you're struggling and you need a little bit more than just fiber, I take those and they're really good. They do have I have a code, discount code, I believe it's just Daniela or whatever, and you can use that. I think it's like 20% off. If you didn't want to use mine, you could also use, I think it's Sarah20. It's another influencer I follow. And I actually, before I had my code, I used hers. So definitely recommend that. Only thing I will not recommend is any workout amplifier. I've tried them and they make me sweat so much and I get like cold sweats and I feel terrible afterwards. So I highly recommend staying away from anything with like a thermogenic in it because it just does not feel good at all. Ugh, no bueno. So yeah, that has been my month of May. I feel like I'm looking good, looking lean, building muscle, really focusing on trying to do some cellulite reducing. Now I have a friend, my friend Christine, she recommended, I think it's called the Fascia Blaster, and it's like a roller. They're really expensive. I actually ordered this little thing off of Temu and it's supposed to like massage it. I don't know, we'll see if it works. But it's supposed to help break up the cellulite. Now I know cellulite is completely normal and stuff like that, and everybody has it. Like I was actually seeing this girl at the gym today who's in incredible shape and she had a little cellulite on her legs. So I was like, ooh, makes me feel better, but nonetheless. If you guys have tried any of those things, let me know. Do they like work? I don't know if there's really a way to get rid of cellulite or not. I'm still feeling pretty hopeful on getting this tummy tuck. I just haven't gotten to a place yet that, I don't know. I just don't want to spend that. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not mentally just right now. It's not even mentally. I'll go underneath that knife tomorrow. I don't want to spend that much money. It's like $10,000. Damn. And my insurance said they would cover the skin removal because I am starting to have like it's not so much breakdown, but I am getting I wear like a weight training belt, and when I put it, like, I'm gonna step back here. What the hell did I step on? When I get a lot of, so here's my, oh gosh, here we go. So here's my flap, right? You guys can see, here's my flap of skin. And when I get the belt, I don't have any feeling right here because I had C-sections, right? And if you've ever had a C-section, you would know it's pretty much like, you don't feel anything there anymore because it's just scar tissue, right? So when I put the belt and I have to put it tight to secure my back, it's been pinching, and I've been getting a lot of like blood blisters, and like I just been ripping into my skin, and then I don't even notice it until like I'm in the shower and I'll notice that there's like dried up blood, or when I'm something like that, or if I'm getting undressed and I'll notice there's like dried up blood on my clothes, and I'm like, what the hell am I bleeding from? And then I'll look, and like I even have like some on this side where it was like super like purpley and black and blue, and Leo was like, what happened? And I was like, I don't know. And it's coming from the belt. So my insurance said that, like, oh yeah, it's called like a lapidectomy, where they would just remove like the flap. But I've seen people have that done, and I don't think I want to go through that because it kind of leaves you with like all those like dog ear skin flaps, and I don't think I want to go down that route either. I feel like if I'm going to go underneath the knife, I'd rather just wait it out and do the tummy tuck. I would have to do like an extended tummy tuck, and I want to get the abdominal muscle repair too. So I'm just gonna wait it out. I mean, I waited this long. Damn, Ray is about to be 19, you know? So I feel like I've gotten this far. I'm just gonna leave it for right now. But that's pretty much an update. How have you guys been doing? What are you guys up to? How are you guys ready for summer? Are you guys looking forward to it? Are you guys nervous? Do we want to do like a summer survival video on how to get through this? Are you guys uncomfortable with taking your meals prepped? Would you guys rather just not eat? Like, how are you guys feeling? You know, like, also, it doesn't have to, you guys don't have to be as serious as I am. The thing is you got to also consider where you go, I guess. And it's either, if we're going to go to a cookout, it's usually like my mother-in-law's cooking or my mom's cooking, both of which have no idea. Like, it's just like bacon fried in oil added with butter. You know what I mean? It tastes delicious, but you know that like it's not preps in the best manner. So I have to be more mindful of that stuff. You know, like if I knew that it was a little bit more cleaner, like not like they're dirty, but you know what I mean? Like the ingredients were a little bit more like cleaner. Like if I was gonna go to my cousin Taylor's house and she was like, hey, we'll have lunch, and it was like a training day or whatever, I would completely trust her because like she's like on that, you know? But like my mom would be like, yeah, it's great. I didn't do, that's just unbleached flour that I battered the chicken in and fried it in canola oil. And you're like, damn. Anybody else? That's probably why I was so heavy in my life. Mama knew how to cook for real. But anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day. Let me know down below how you guys are doing. If you guys are interested in the training, it would be for a 6-week trial. So anyways, let me know what you think down below. Be safe, be well, and I will see y'all on the next one. Bye, friends.